at this point, I really would like to introduce a very well-spoken young fellow. Scott, you take over. It's all yours. Go get him.
I'm going to explain to you a little about my experience so you can further understand this program. I chose to twin with a survivor as my mitzvah project because it was different. I didn't want to simply donate money, but I wanted to do something. Going to a nursing home was doing something, but it seemed too many other people did that. My friend Sue Rosenthal is very active at the Holocaust Council, and she suggested that I twin with a survivor. I was immediately interested. Twinning with a survivor is a great way to meet someone who has experienced a major historical event firsthand, whether they were in a concentration camp, a ghetto, or the underground. Any person who lived through the Holocaust will have an amazing story to tell. And when you hear that story, you've been touched with a saddening piece of history. The information changes your view on life. To do this program, you and your parents have to sign a contract promising to visit with the survivor at least 3 times. You must also take notes that can be kept at the council. They provide you with a list of sample questions, but you should try to have some of your own too. And you will in order to specify them to your twin. The first time I met Paul Monka, the survivor I had twinned with, I was a little nervous. I thought, what would he be like? Would I be able to understand his accent? Would he like me? But as soon as I met Paul and his wife, Anne, I was at ease, and my doubts vanished. They were very kind, loving people. As soon as I walked in the door, I got hugged. And before I could even sit down, they offered refreshments. I began asking questions, but I soon realized that both Paul and Anne had so much to say, and such interesting stories, that I didn't need to ask questions. They just kept expanding on their ideas. My whole family got involved. Even my younger brother sat in and asked some questions. Every survivor will have a different story to tell. From Mr. Monka, I learned about his days in the underground. His brother was in a concentration camp, and he told this to the people in the underground. They dressed up as German soldiers and told the people in the camps that they needed his brother for questioning, and they saved his brother that way. I also learned that he just had his 50th anniversary. His wife was a child during the Holocaust, and her story was interesting too. These people become your friends, not just your project. You grow to love them and grow wise with their knowledge. Mr. Monka showed me his original passport. I'm sure every survivor has something unique and interesting to say. And now you or I will have something unique and interesting to say when we learn their stories. When it came time for my bar mitzvah, I invited the Monkas, not only to be there, but also to participate in the service. I really liked them and wanted them to be a part of my special day. My whole family developed a special bond with these people. I met at their house, but you can meet at a restaurant, or go for a day of fun, or you can watch a movie and discuss it, all the while learning. I think anyone who's interested in learning more about the Holocaust, or anyone that wants to have fun learning, should take advantage of this program.
Thank you very, very much. As his teacher, I'm both his teacher and friend. I've had the privilege of teaching Scott. You can hear from a student's viewpoint how exciting this project was. Now, this particular project, as I say, is a 3-time commitment. Bring them all out. Anyway, there's a question in the back.
Well, how does the Holocaust really change your life? When Mr. Monka told me his stories, it made me realize what hardships they went through back then, and how you should really appreciate life today with all the diversity, accepted diversity in the world.
Yes.
As part of your project, did you share what you learned with your classmates, or did you write it up, or how did you present it, or was it just for you?
I had a notebook, and I took notes on what he told me, and then at my bar mitzvah I had a speech and I told some of his story.